All right, calling the regular Beach Park District 3 School Board meeting to order. Diana, roll call.
Marcia White.
Here.
Phil Butler.
Here.
Andrew Essery. Andy Luther.
Here.
Kelly Roberts.
Here. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm turning the meeting over to Dr. Wilcox for a report.
Thank you so much. I think, Nate, are you going to pull up my presentation? While he does that, just a reminder that we do have the board retreat next week, Tuesday. It'll be from 8 to 12. It'll be at the University Center at the College of Lake County. Breakfast will be provided. We're hoping everyone can attend, and we're going to work on goals and priorities for the coming school year for 25-26. And then just a reminder that we do have the back to school dash scheduled. We've been working with the other 3 school districts in our community, Winthrop Harbor District 1, Zion Elementary District 6, and Zion Benton Township High School District 126. We will have the back to school dash on Monday, August 4th. It'll be from 4 to 6:30 p.m. At Zion Benton Township High School in the parking lot where it was last year. So we're hopeful that we will see all of you there for that as well. So I wanted to take tonight and do kind of a little bit of an update on the strategic plan and our year 1 priority areas and action plans and what we've done and what we need to do moving forward. So if you recall, okay. The highlighted areas are what we decided to make action plans specific to under those 5 priority areas. So each one of the action plans align directly with the priority area as well as the focus area under those priority areas. So some things to celebrate. So as part of the action plans, in many of the departments, we had PD for staff. That was in the form of Kagan, the PD for inclusive environments and education for special ed across the whole district. We piloted using new innovative technology in classrooms to increase student engagement and interaction. I believe that pilot went very well, and I think one of the goals in the future will be to continue financially to update what's in classrooms across the district. We adopted a new ELA curriculum, which we finalized at our last school board meeting, so we will have a K-8 aligned ELA curriculum that is also aligned for dual language so that our monolingual classrooms and our dual language classrooms are utilizing the same resources, teaching the same materials, and providing the opportunity for more dialogue during the PLC process in all of our elementary schools. We will start implementing it in 25-26. We are going to start looking at potentially doing the same thing for math. As you know, board, when I was curriculum director, we wrote curriculum frameworks, scope and sequence for all grade levels. And those are a little bit out of date at this point. So we're trying to update materials and ensure that we are on the right track for Blue Ribbon, Schools of Excellence, as well as ensuring that we're teaching all of the grade level standards, K-8. This will be the first time ever that we're gonna have something that's K-8 in the district. We have never had that. And even our curriculum frameworks, we utilize materials in each of the buildings. Fontes Pinel is what we were using K-5, and then the middle school had an array of different materials that they were utilizing. So having something K-8, I'm very hopeful that it'll make a huge difference when it comes to testing. We have a district-wide focus on improving professional learning communities, so that was a big area of improvement this year. We have a district school improvement team who created an agenda that we will use across all PLCs for how to track information, what we're doing, and try to streamline the process. We have parent education. There were lots of opportunities for parents to come, learn, be more involved in the community. More staff and student appreciation was done this year. That's something we're looking to do and continue to do in the years to come. That would fall under many of our priority areas. Improve systems for HR and tracking information. That's something we haven't had in place in a long time. And with the addition of a director of HR, we were able to put a lot of systems into place. There are still lots more things we need to do to improve the hiring process, retaining people, but it is a work in progress. We developed and rolled out a brand new brand for the district, new logo, new mascots for each of our buildings, new hiring materials, larger focus on students, our families, and our staff. We helped develop and begin a district foundation. We're almost ready to get it up and running. One of our new board members was one of those people that helped do that, and she's going to transition from the board foundation to being on the school board. But we have people in place to replace her on the foundation. We will be providing information to staff in the coming year on what the foundation will do for the district and how teachers can apply for grants to do extensions of learning in their classrooms through the foundation. So they would have extra money to provide an extension of learning project or activity to do within their classroom. We developed and implemented a district finance dashboard on the website, so that was a huge undertaking. So anyone can go to our district website, they can pull up the business department, and they can look at the dashboard and look at projections of money over time, look at how grants are utilized, look at how funding in the district is utilized. Created a 5-year facility improvement plan with funding to back that up. So that's a work in progress. And last, began working on a district-wide communication plan. And what our plan is to do is to work with the Superintendent Advisory Committee next year to finalize a communication plan and then roll that out district-wide. So next steps, we obviously have our board retreat on Tuesday. At the board retreat, we're going to look at potential action plans for priority areas for the 25-26 school year. One of our focus areas is obviously on attaining Blue Ribbon Schools of Excellence status for each of our schools. And we've created kind of a roadmap for that, but now we need to talk about what next steps will look like. Celebrating accomplishments of our staff, our students, and our families. We don't spend enough time celebrating the work of kids and the work of our staff, and I do think that should be a priority area for the coming school year, especially at board meetings, is recognizing student achievement as well as staff achievement. Begin implementing our District Champion Award. At our last board retreat in the summer, we had talked about pins. If someone in the community was to talk to you about a staff member, having a Google form for you to fill out as a board member to acknowledge a staff member at a board meeting. That is set and ready to go. We have pins, we have magnets, and I would like to move forward with making that an action item for the coming school year. And then obviously the last thing is we need to continue the work we've been doing with the other community school districts in our area. And continue with joint board meetings, which are already scheduled for the coming year. We'll be doing that state of education of our learning community in December again, where we talk about our student achievement data and what our next steps are collectively. And that is all I have, unless anyone has any questions.
Thank you, Dr. Wilcox. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Roll call.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Kelly Rovers.
Aye.
Nicole Butler. Marcia White.
Aye.
And Andrew Oster.
Do we have any correspondence? Any questions on old business? I don't see any questions. Any questions on or comments on building reports? Now to new business. Long-range planning.
Long-range planning met this last week. In your board report was an update from Jose and the things that are going on. And certainly the summer projects around here are in full swing with flooring and tuck pointing and soon-to-be water system improvements out at Newport. And so those things are moving along fine. The other thing that the committee is working on is a new sign, electronic sign out for Oak Crest. And I think we have finalized a design, and now we're going out for competitive bids and should have more for you at the next meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Luther. Finance Committee.
Good evening. We met this evening, the Finance Committee. We discussed potential impacts with the Illinois budget. I am told that there's no impact right now that will probably be funded from the state same as we did last year. We also talked about the Bloom Board. There's opportunity for us to use the teacher with vacancy grant. We discussed the food service contract extension cost, which we will be approving this evening. The administrative contract, we discussed that specifically the tuition reimbursement clause. I got a little more clarity on that. And we discussed the minor infrastructure updates. We reviewed and approved the finance bills, and that is it for the finance committee report. Subject to any questions.
Thank you, Mrs. Butler. CEDAW did meet. Unfortunately, there was no one able to attend, so I have no update on CEDAW. Any questions on building reports?
Yes, I have a couple of comments after looking at the building
Microphone
reports.
out.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold on.
Bring light out.
Hello? Just a couple of comments. I want to just thank Ms. Meeks on her report regarding the 8th grade reading and the math update that she provided. Thank you. All right, I'll just repeat. I just want to thank Ms. Meeks on her report on this reading regarding the gap closure with 8th grade reading, and also the IAR data for math. Great job on that. And also Mrs. Griffith's report. I did attend the open house for the gifted kids, and it was great. So I know that we had a great turnout, so thank you for that. And also a comment on the library. I had no idea that we had like 1,000 books that we actually dwindled down to 241 outstanding, so I had no idea the impact of that. So anyway, great job on that. So those are my comments on that.
Thank you. Any others?
I would just add to the comment on the gifted open house night. It really helped my crowd are making that transition next year too with my crowd, and they're incredibly nervous, and that was a warm and welcoming environment put together by Ms. Griffiths, and Ms. Kramer was there, and it was really great.
Good. Any questions or comments on department reports?
Mr. Adams, do you want to introduce?
Sure. Now, before we do the action item?
Oh, we can do it either way.
I was going to wait till you did the action item. But before you do that, I just want to introduce you to what we hope to be our next Director of Buildings and Grounds. This is Tim Jansky. He comes from District 113. He's at Highland Park in Deerfield. Has a lot of experience as a building manager. Is that what the title is?
That's the current title, yeah.
His wife's with that? And we're really happy to have him. He's going to do a fantastic job here. And he's a great fit for the district. And so you'll be coming to meetings, if approved, with Mr. Andy Luther.
Okay.
And Mrs. Ropers, Kelly Ropers. They're on the long range planning committee, which we'll be meeting once a month as well. So, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Sure.
To publicly say, I think Andy would echo what I'm going to say. We are grateful for what Jose has done for us. You'll be excited to see the product he's left behind for you. And we're sad to see you go, but also welcome. And thank you both for your upcoming efforts and all the work you did for us.
Okay, do you have any questions or comments? Since we really don't have anything for closed session, I'm just gonna skip over that part. For my question, it would be our consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Kelly Roberts,
Aye.
Marcia White,
Aye.
Nicole Butler, Andy Luther.
Aye.
All right. On to, do we have a motion for the approval of the hazardous routes resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Marcia White,
Aye.
Nicole Butler. Kelly Roberts.
Aye.
Do I have a motion for the approval of the resolution authorizing prompt payment of bill?
I think that should be bills plural, and I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Make it-
Kelly Roberts,
Aye.
Nicole Butler. Marcia White,
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
All right. Do I have a motion for the approval of the food service contract extension?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Nicole Butler. Andy Luther.
Aye.
Marcia White,
Aye.
Kelly Roberts.
Aye.
Do you have a motion to approve the administrative contracts?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Marcia White,
Aye.
Kelly Roberts,
Aye.
Andy Luther,
Aye.
Nicole Butler.
Welcome, Tim.
Officially welcome.
You don't have to hold your breath. Do I have a motion for the approval of the school improvement plans?
So moved.
Roll call.
Marcia White,
Aye.
Nicole Butler, Andy Luther,
Aye.
Kelly Roberts.
Aye.
Do I have a motion for the approval of the appointment of our new school board members?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Kelly Roberts,
Aye.
Andy Luther,
Aye.
Nicole Butler, Marcia White.
Aye.
Except for the one troublemaker.
All right, we have to administer our oath of office. So I'm going to ask Corey to come up.
Where do you want me?
Just
In front?
yeah.
You're fine.
All right, just raise your right hand and repeat after me. You're going to have to look at it. It's long.
I looked at it to memorize.
Okay, start.
I, Corey Geiser,
Do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of Beach Park School District 3 in accordance with the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of the State of Illinois to the best of my ability.
do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of Beach Park School District 3 in accordance with the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the laws of the State of Illinois to the best of my ability.
I further affirm that I shall respect taxpayer interests by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets.
I further affirm that I shall respect taxpayer interests by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets.
I shall encourage and respect the free expression of opinion by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
I shall encourage and respect the free expression of opinion by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual and that decisions can be made only by majority vote at a public board meeting.
I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual and that decisions can be made only by a majority vote at a public board meeting.
I shall abide by the majority decisions of the board while retaining the right to seek changes in such decisions through ethical and constructive channels.
I shall abide by majority decisions of the board while retaining the right to seek changes in such decisions through ethical and constructive channels.
As part of the Board of Education, I shall accept the responsibility for my role in the ethical and quality education of every student in the school district.
As part of the Board of Education, I shall accept the responsibility for my role in the equitable and quality education of every student in the school district.
I shall foster with the board intensive participation of the community, formulate goals, define outcomes, and set the course for Beach Park District 3.
I shall foster with the board extensive participation of the community, formulate goals, define outcomes, and set the course for the Beach Park District 3.
I shall assist in establishing a structure and environment designed to ensure all students have the opportunity to attain their maximum potential through a sound organizational framework.
I shall assist in establishing a structure and an environment designed to ensure all students have the opportunity to attain their maximum potential through a sound organizational framework.
I shall strive to ensure a continuous assessment of student achievement and all conditions affecting the education of our children in compliance with state law.
I shall strive to ensure a continuous assessment of student achievement and all conditions affecting the education of our children in compliance with state law.
I shall serve as the education's key advocate on behalf of students and our community schools to advance the vision of Beach Park School District 3.
I shall serve as education's key advocate on behalf of students and our community schools to advance the vision for Beach Park District 3.
And I shall strive to work together with the district superintendent to lead the school district toward fulfilling the vision of the board as created, fostering excellence for every student in the areas of academic skills, knowledge, citizenship, and personal development.
And I shall strive to work together with the district superintendent to lead the school district toward fulfilling the vision the school board has created, fostering excellence for every student in the areas of academic skills, knowledge, citizenship, and personal development.
Congratulations, you got through those. And now for the highest one altogether, do I have, I don't know if you're ready for this, a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Corey? That's
Make your motion, Corey. So moved. Roll call. Aye. Aye.
Hope Butler. Andy Luther.
Aye.
Corey Geiser.
Aye.
Christina Goldberg.
Welcome, and this is